sometime, and I'm just going to go back to my old favorite method, and I'm going to see if I can do it using my fingers. And that'll be plus 3x minus 5 equals 0. And, I'm going to say it looks promising because it looks like maybe I could do that. And I'm going to say 12 and 3. And let's take a look at that. And I'm going to say 1 and 5. And let's see, plus, minus. Let me see if that works. 12 times 3x is 36x squared. Then I get minus 12x plus 15x. Well, that's 3x. And I do get minus 5. So this one worked out pretty nicely. And again, this is my bias. This would be minus 5/12, or x would be 1/3. Again, if you go to the answer key, you should be staring at those answers, 1/3 and minus 5/12. Now, granted, that's my bias, by the way, but here's the deal. We're going to do it by completing the square, all right? Now, granted, I just showed you two prior examples. Let's just go through Wells's technique, and again, for another review step. And looking at that, I see what he does. You got this. And then what I'm looking at, I'm kind of looking at this thing and trying to get some multiple that would produce this in the middle. And I want to point out what I'm seeing over here. Oh, geez, I have to really multiply by a big number. And to accomplish that, I'd have to multiply by 4 times 36 to accomplish that, all right? And that's what Wells does. I want to go through what I do, though, all right? So I'm not saying what Wells does is wrong. By the way, this is my work. It's not Wells's work. I'm just reading Wells's text and saying this is what Wells would have done in a classroom. So what I'm going to do, or suggest a teacher would do that in a classroom, what I'm going to do is I'm looking at it, and I still want to get the coefficient to be 36. Let me write this over here. I'm sorry, coefficient to be 1. So I factor out 36. What do you get? X squared plus, well, what would I get there? I guess I get 1/12, right? Because 12 goes into 36 three times, and you get x. Yeah, kind of nightmarish. There's no doubt about it. That's a 5. What am I going to do now? Well, I get to take half of 12, which is, well, if I took half of that, that's going to be 24, right? Let's not worry too much about that. That's half of that number. I got to square it. So what's that going to be? Plus 1 over 24 squared, right? So I'm going to multiply that by 36, because then I'll know what to add both sides. And when I do that, I want to put that this is really, because I need to do the arithmetic. It's actually 3 times 12 on top. And on bottom, you'd get 2 squared times 12 squared. I'm trying to make my life easier in the arithmetic department. And what would you get over there? Well, you get 3 on top, that's for sure. One of the factors of 12 would cancel. And so you get 4 times 12, right? Which is, that's not bad. That's going to be 48. Let me talk about what I just did. I canceled one of the 12s. And, 4 times 12 is 48. And then I'm really seeing that is just going to be 1/16. So really what I do, I'm adding a 16th to both sides. All right? We'll get the same answer. Don't worry about that. So now I got a problem over here. I got 36. And this is going to be 1, I'm sorry, not 1, but x plus 1/24 squared equals, well, I got to do this. And what's going to be, let's see, 16 times 5, that's 81 over 16. Let me see if I did it right. 16 times 5, that's 80. 80 plus 1, yeah, looks pretty good. Let's keep going. X plus 1/24 squared. Well, I got to divide by 36. Let me put this on the side. 81 and 36 times 16. Well, you know what? Let me just write that down because it looks pretty easy to write down. We'll talk about it later, by the way. No, I'm not doing that arithmetic. But now what I'm going to do, x plus 1/24 is going to equal plus or minus the square root of that number, which doesn't look bad. It's 9. The square root of 36 is 6. And the square root of 16 is 4. All right? Oh, boy, I got some problem over here. What do I got? X equals minus 1/24 plus or minus 9/24. X equals, I got trouble. Oh, I'm sorry, I just put down 1/12. Sorry about that. Let me get my eraser out. I don't know why I did that. 24 is common denominator, minus 1 plus or minus 9. And when you get there, let's take a look at it. Minus 1 minus 9 is minus 10. Or minus 1 plus 9 is 8. Well, what's 8/24? 1/3. I'm seeing it. What's this guy go over here? Well, divide by 2, you get minus 5/12. I'm seeing it. All right? Again, I put Wells's work down as well for the students that need to see that. I'm doing my work for the completing the square, something that I prefer to do. Thank you.